What's up, gamers? Barnes here. It's been a while and I missed you guys, so I figured I'd do a video. Show you a little bit I've been up to. First, a little update about the game room. I had a break in here about a month ago or so, maybe a little bit less than a month. Fuckers took the door down. They didn't take anything, thank God. But it kind of bummed me out and kind of stymied me. I was putting all new shelves in, and the place was kind of like a construction site for a little while. And then I had a break in, and I had to sit here and guard the door until I got a new door, and it was a pain in the ass, and just kind of bummed me out and kind of put a damper on my gaming as of recently. Plus we've had schedule issues, but that's alright. I wanted to get the room in order, but really getting the room in order, I let that stupid break-in get me down, and finally starting to get back on track. So I figure I haven't seen you guys in a while, so I'll do a show and tell video. And this is going to be about miniatures, and this is going to be about, the beginning is going to be about Reaper Bones miniatures that I painted. And this is the Well of Chaos here, and it's just painted like stone, black, gray, white. And I'm going to put some kind of liquid that dries clear in here. I'm not exactly sure what. It looks like water, I guess, and I'll do that. Not sure what I'm going to use yet. I have a few options. See what I think dries best. Looks good. It's the altar again. It's just stone painted, and then a couple off-color whites there for the skulls. I think it came out all right. Not too bad, at least. Anyway, then we got a bunch of these elementals. These were all just orange. I just painted yellow on them, really, to bring out the flames. Some yellow highlights. Not a big deal. Some of my mounted washers. This little fireball guy didn't. Medium elemental. Again, just highlight yellow. Done. Highlight in yellow. Done. Paint the washer black. It's a 2-inch washer. I like washers more than wood. I'd use both, but whatever I got. Then there was a storm giant here, and this was the only picture of a Reaper's miniature that I had painted by the company. It was on back one of the packages. I think it actually had a lot of CGI in it, and I followed that as a model and tried to get it as close to that, and so I made a couple discrepancies. This armband I made white rather than dark blue. I used some metallic purple in there and that flower in the center. I don't know if you can see that or not. Should I zoom in on that? See if I can get that to focus. Yeah, oh, sort of. No, kind of. Maybe. Alright, yeah, there's a little purple there and there. There's two different types of metallic blue. I'm not really sure why. This one just looked lighter than that one in the picture. But everything else is pretty much the same. I didn't paint in the rock at the bottom because I knew I was going to put it on a black base, and I was able to see the feet, so I didn't need the contrast. But I think it came out okay. It's pretty involved, a lot of colors. And I put some sparkles in there for the eyes. I don't know if you can see those, or they're not showing up that well. Oh, they're there. But I think those came out alright. And I think he came out alright. And pretty psyched out on my shelf. Then these guys. Now these guys I'm not done with. And basically I just wanted to talk about these real quick. See if I can get some tips. But what I was trying to do is I was really watering down black acrylic paint, and then letting wet acrylic paint dry on them, and it really gets into the crevices. I was hoping it would bring out the figures a little bit more, so I can really keep this translucent green. But it worked well on this one, this Wraith, I feel. And eventually I'll go in and paint the bases. But I don't know if anybody's ever attempted this yet. I'm sure people have. It didn't really work all that well on this one. I only did it once. I have to do it a few more times. Try to bring it out. I guess it worked okay in this one. But it worked the best with the Wraith. You can kind of see the figures here. So I'll do it a few more times, and if it doesn't work, I don't know, I'll have to take it off, whatever. But I think it's gonna work. Just hasn't worked yet. And the last Reaper's Bones I got to show you is this Pit Fiend. And basically I wanted this Pit Fiend to match my other Pit Fiend. And so I try to match the color scheme. And it was pretty simple. Little metallic green for the eyes. Having light problems. There it is. There's some metallic green eyes. Tan, some type of tan for the tail trim and spikes and the underbelly. I left the claws black. And I had to paint the base like stone to bring out its talons on its feet that were black, otherwise they just blended in with the black. And a little fire. Actually sat there and studied fire in the fireplace for a little while before I painted it. It's kind of rainbow, sort of. Anyway, I thought it came out okay. Wasn't the best, I kind of rushed it, but it's usable and it's done. And again, it's painted on a washer, which I spray painted black. And the next part of the video is going to be about, alright, we'll do this thing. This is a kid's toy. It's like something makes candy or something, some kind of crazy doctor makes candy. It's bright green. Anyway, I painted it black, and I'm going to put it into a cliff face eventually. I'm going to make it stone colored and put it into a cliff face. Maybe have some kind of opening here. Now I got to take those things out, those little holders that held the eye in. And someone was talking about cheap minis, looking for cheap minis. They wanted to start using minis, and they didn't want to use game brand because they're more expensive. Well, WizKids makes all kinds of games using miniatures, and for the most part, the miniatures are pretty cheap. Occasionally they get expensive, but these are some I'm using in my current campaign. And for instance, this is Priddage, and Priddage is a druid. And he's a part of the old religion. He's a Waldrick, which worships nature. More of a animist type of religion. With deities, but they're actually not really deities. I guess Priddage doesn't know that, but anyway. And in my game, Priddage is played by Tim Harper. I use YouTube RPG Brigade personalities for my NPCs as actors. This is a guy I repainted, I forget his name. But he was like $1 or whatever. This is the Maladontian bastard of Homlin, where the characters are. They're in Homlin. And this is the ambassador, played by Spirit Coyote in my game. And this is some WizKids figures. I think I got it. I think this might be an Assassin's Creed figure. I'm not sure. I have a bunch of those. But you can get them for like $1. Some of them. And you might have to pay a few dollars for some of them if you want them, but I usually don't buy those ones. I just buy the cheap ones. I have so many thousands of these. I couldn't even begin to tell you how many of these WizKids figures I have. And this is Sangra. She's the Blood Witch. And she's a witch in my game. And she, breathes, has a breath weapon. She has a fly ability, so this kind of worked out for her. And matches her exactly. I had her in red and red hair. So that's kind of worked out. I can't remember how much this figure was, but it was maybe $2 at the most. And the Blood Witch Sangra. Stronach, played by Jenny Green in my game. There's a piece that reminded me of Anders' avatar once. He had an avatar that looked a lot like that. I was like, I'm pretty sure I have that mini. Anyway, WizKids makes all kinds of miniatures, superhero miniatures, different stuff, if you can get a hold of old Mage Knight stuff, you can get monsters. Mage Knight it's kind of hard to find anymore, but they're really cheap. You can get them like $1 a piece if you buy in bulk or less. Batman. What are the rings? I mean, this was probably like at 99 cents or something. Again, Mage Knight, maybe $2 or something at most. Another WizKids. You know, you can find all these really cheap. I think this was from Superman. Superman, right? Again, maybe $1. Black Knight, maybe $1. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, maybe $1. That's one of the characters. Brothers, Invisible Dude. The Cloak. Anyway, WizKids makes a lot of minis you can find for cheap, you know, and like this is a Phoenix I put together. It's a toy. You know. Anyway, so if you're looking for cheap minis, WizKids is one way to go. If you're just looking for other minis, Woodland Scenics makes some minis, some of you know, for their stuff, and some of them is appropriate for fantasy gaming or sci-fi gaming. And so I've been in love with these monks I got for like months now. I don't know why, I'm just drawn to these guys. You know, I wish there was a good westernized monk type of class in most fantasy games, but there is not usually. You usually get pushed off as a priest or a cleric. I think 3.5, the Archivist was the closest I've seen to a Western monk, and it's one I use in my game a lot. Anyway, so that's just kind of like what I've been up to. Like I said, I put the shelves in, and at first I thought I was gonna fill up shelves of, you know, ranks and figures of like giants, and have over there is like my dragon shelf, but I have too many dragons to fit in these shelves, so too many giants, so I'm gonna have to go back to putting them in boxes like this guy right here and just leaving there. This is all Star Wars crap that extra Star Wars stuff that I just don't use really, but eventually if I keep it, it'll be worth something, I guess. Who knows, maybe I'll have that someday. Anyway, that's Barnes. I'm signing off. I'm gonna hope to do some more videos. Maybe I'll actually talk about RPGs rather than just show you guys stuff soon. And have a good game and make it a good game for somebody else. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.